Hello, this is Marv Newharth again with video 10. I hope that you folks have had a very, very enjoyable Memorial Day weekend, hunting and fishing and that type of thing. I don't know if you like to hunt and fish. But anyway, we are about the halfway point through this course. And right now, for this video, this will be week 5. For this video, what I'm going to be focusing on is z-scores. Now, there was a slight introduction to z-scores in video 8. And now we're going to carry it a little bit further. I'm going to go through this with you, and hopefully it's understandable. And if you folks have any questions, please feel free to ask. I hope that when we have group projects to do, that you will respond to the individual that you are working with quickly so I can get the grades recorded. Okay. All right. Here we go. Week 8. And today we have z-scores. We're just going to be focusing in on z-scores. Most of these assignments, I will say, are geared toward the end of the weekly period. However, if you wish to submit a little bit sooner, please feel free to do so. Okay, so let's get started on z-scores, which is based on your text. And right here we have the text that we are using, and I'm going to look at some specific pages for you to check on the z-scores as we go through them. Okay, this is the z-score. And like I say, basically this was introduced a little bit in Chapter 8. And Chapter 8 is where we had the various scores for the students, and then we went ahead and worked with them. Well, we're going to work with them a little bit more. And I just wanted to go through this z-score with you. Now, this is the formula for the z-score. Now, this here are some numbers that's plugged in for the z-score. Now, this is found in your text on page 148. I'm checking on your text right now. And it is found on page 148. And I'm going to be working on this a little bit more. 148 is where you'll find this z-score, and the z-score starting with this part here. Now we are cooking the data, and what we have come up with, we have a z-score of 1. Now remember that the z-score normal curve has a mean of 0. And this is because everything is measured from the center or from the mean. So you take 0 from 0 and you wind up with 0. The first on page 148, the first set of data that we have yields a z-score of 1. Now this becomes important a little bit later on. Like I say, this is just a practice test just to see how you get through it. And it is based on video 8 is what your assignment will be based on. Then we also have another operation here with the data placed in up here where the score and the population mean right here. This is the sign for the population mean. This is the population standard deviation. And this set of data yields a -1. So we have a +1 and we have a -1. Now, in just a little bit, I am going to show you what we're going to be doing with that. Okay, we have a z of 1. So if we look at our z-score curve, we have 0 as the mean, negative going to the left, -1, -2, -3, deviations. Going to the right is +1, +2, +3 standard deviations. Now, there is a table in your book. Remember, this is 1 up here. There is a table in your book, and I have the page for it right here. I am finding it. I'm going as quickly as I possibly can, and I'm finding it here. It's on page 348 and 349. Well, the positive numbers, the numbers that go this way on your z-score curve, are found on page 349. So when we look at 1 here and go down on the page, go down under the z-score until we get to 1, and you will find there 0.8413. Now we can change that to a percent, and what we're looking at here is a percentile. This individual was in the percentile range of 84. That means that it did as well or better than 84% of the individuals that took this test. So be sure to go to your chart and look at it. Now with the -1 that we have right here, and the -1 is found on page 348, go down the page again, under Z, go down the page until you get to 1, and you will find 0.15 or 1587, rounded up to 16%. Now, as a percentile, this individual would have done as well or better than 16% of the individuals taking the test. Now, this is a practice, and the practice that we will be using will be on video 8, which is open. So go to video 8, and we have 3 sets of scores there on video 8, and work the z-score with them. Again, the z-scores are found on page, we lost it already, but I will find it quickly for you. The z-scores are found on page 148, how to work the z-scores and the z-score population. We have completed these calculations. Now we're going to start putting them into the formula and plugging them into the formula. I will have instructions in forums for you to complete, and you will be able to follow the instructions and place the proper numerical value in form. Now, one person, again, this is a process that we do, one person will place the z-scores in along with what they found on the table, and another person will correct it. What I would really appreciate if you folks can get in as quickly as possible and respond to the original, telling them whether it is correct or incorrect. So I hope that this is an explanation. If not, watch the video over again. It's always enjoyable. So until video 11, we will see you and have a good day.